Ladies and gentlemen, so today we are going to be taking up another 5-star character, the brand new Symbiote Supreme, all the way up to rank 4 on the main account. And I'm so conservative when it comes to using my tier 2 alpha on the main account, but there are kind of 5 reasons why we're taking Symbiote Supreme up, because I think in terms of my tier list, Symbiote Supreme kind of slots in at the high demigod tier. I think for kind of matchups where he utilizes buffs and can also bleed the opponent, he is an insane character. He's a god tier character for those fights. If there are no buffs to utilize, he's kind of high demigod, and if they're bleed immune, then, you know, he's just a little bit ass if there are no buffs as well. But, you know, it really does depend on the matchup. Symbiote Supreme is a very kind of matchup dependent character, but I feel like for the future, especially when it comes to Act 6 and kind of big new challenges, this character for the right matchups is so much fun to play and so useful, and I just want to have a little bit of fun with this dude, really, and just have him kind of in the roster when it comes to Act 6 and kind of new challenges that come in the game. But also, we're almost at the tier 2 alpha cap. I do need a kind of another rank 4 character in the roster that I can rotate in for Alliance War diversity purposes as well, and now that we're playing in like top 20 AQ, tier 2 alpha is coming in a little bit more frequently, so yeah, those are some of the reasons why we're taking him up. Also, I want to go into Labyrinth of Legends and test this dude out against certain boss fights. I want to get around to doing like X23, see if he can kind of outpace the healing and also regeneration there, which I think he should be able to, with a mixture of also staggering and despair with all of his bleed. It should be a very, very fun fight to do. So I think there's so much fun we can have with this character. And yeah, today we are just going to get started, ladies and gentlemen. And the aim of today's video is to rank up this dude, and we are going to go into Symbiote Difficulty and take on a few fights, a few matchups there, and then maybe do a bit of Realm of Legends showcasing, and maybe a little bit of Labyrinth showcasing as well, against maybe the Star-Lord, see how much of a dent we can put into him and see how much this character, you know, is hitting rank 4. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this one, man. I just love this character. He's so much fun to play. But anyway, let's go into the stash and claim the wrist of the Mystic in order to pimp this man out right here. And then we can compare his stats just quickly once we've got him maxed out. If you want to see the full abilities for this character, we're not going to be going into a lot of detail just because we've done, you know, initial videos covering this character quite a bit on the channel. So if you want to have a look at a full ability breakdown, watch some of the earlier rank up and gameplay videos. But today we are going to assume that you at least have basic knowledge or kind of, you know, just showcase all of the stuff. But if you're looking for a bit more of an explanation, again, there are some earlier rank up and gameplay videos on the channel. Right, okay, another 5k one's going to be a little bit of overkill, so let's just go into the stash and see if we can find a few of those 825 rocks for the Mystic class. I think these ones should be perfectly sufficient for getting him up. It's going to be, yeah, pretty much almost perfect there. Almost perfect. But let's have a look at those stats of the rank 4 Symbiote Supreme. So we're looking at just under 19,000 health there and 1,769 attacks. I'm not too sure if his attack actually is going to be enough to extend the enrage timer in Labyrinth of Legends, so that's something we're going to have to figure out as well. But I don't know, maybe with certain Venom synergies, there might be some interesting stuff he can do, so we're going to have to figure that one out. But the critical rating is 23.5%, crit damage rating is 182.5%, the block proficiency is 64.6%, and let's have a look at how these stats compare to some other rank 4 characters as well. Let's use Gwenpool as a bit of an example to see. So yeah, Gwenpool has a little bit more health there, a little bit more attack just in terms of the rank 4. If we also have a bit of a look at Iceman here, the health pool is 22,403, the attack is 1,833, so yeah, Iceman, even more attack there. So yeah, the base stats are a little bit lower, which is a bit annoying when it comes to the Labyrinth of Legends, especially with the base attack for a rank 4, but maybe the 6-star one's going to be a little bit higher in terms of its stats. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into Symbiote Difficulty and see if we can have a little bit of fun with this 6-star Medusa here at 56k rating. Maybe a little bit of an Alliance War boss trainer, but unfortunately one of the annoying things at the moment is you cannot bleed in Alliance War, and that's where a lot of the damage from Symbiote Supreme comes from. But anyway, you need to play fairly aggressively when it comes to pretty much every matchup with Symbiote Supreme, but especially Medusa to get those staggers off. Okay, let's see if we can bait out a special 2 here. Right, sick one. And we've done quite a good job of negating a lot of the fury so far. But it'd be a pretty good idea if she had 3 stacks of living strands when we use the special 3. So let's try and get a parry here, actually. And then go straight into the special 3. Let's get the bonus damage here. And this is where the fun begins, ladies and gentlemen. Let's chuck this girl through the portal. And get stuck back in. Right, let's go for a special 2 here. It's going to siphon some of the power as well. And may I just remind you that that Medusa had 200,000 health. Just as a reminder of why I feel like I'm going to quite enjoy this champion when it comes to Act 6. Whew, that was an awfully fun time. But anyway, let's move on. We've got the next matchup. Should we go for a bit of Juggernaut here? Oh, I don't know if Symbiote Supreme is going to immediately nullify Juggernaut's Unstoppable. That's something I don't know. I don't think I've tested yet. I think he does. Okay, fantastic. Now we just need to essentially get stuck in there. Right, let's bait out special 2 if we can. Come on, mate. Perfect. Right, we need some more nullifiers on this lad. Okay, let's go for a parry there. Perfect bonus damage. And get stuck in with a special 3 here. So we're not going to have the what is it? Really awesome ability to convert Medusa's Furies immediately into a lot of power. But we can hopefully get some good staggers on this lad. Fire off special 2. And when all 3 of those up, it's just so ridiculous in terms of the combo. And let's go again. Okay, can we get parry? Let's go for another special 3. Man, I love this character so much. So this is why I really want to see him against like Realm of Legends Juggernaut, just to see how he kind of handles that fight and the permanent Unstoppable there, and also X23, because he is so much fun to play, man. Again, when there is like, if you can like, what is it, bleed, and also there are buffs on the opponent, this guy is just absolutely ridiculous, man. He's just so incredibly good. So let's go ahead and move on to a few more matchups. So I'm just trying to think where you can find some fun stuff that's pretty stacked. I know there's a really stacked Deadpool in here for the regeneration, and also Kamala, who has the debuffs that we can take advantage of. Sorry, not the debuffs, the buffs that we can take advantage of there. But also we can stagger Deadpool's final regeneration as well, which is a bit of a bonus for this character. But being a mystic character, he's just so much more favored to matchups where you can, what is it? There's just quite a few buffs going on. So Medusa and Juggernaut are some prime examples of just absolutely outstanding matchups for this character. But this Deadpool, man, he's still got a bit of regeneration on him, and he still does have, I think, about 200,000 hit points. So it's quite a bit, man. Nothing to shake a stick at. And I need to get better at... You can do also, while the armor phase is active, extended combos on Symbiote Supreme of like double medium and then into a full combo as well. Which is something I need to get a little bit better at doing. But usually I'm just too distracted by all of the damage. Okay, yeah, we messed that one up. Okay, double medium, and then we're not going to have enough power room to do a 5 combo here. Come on, mate. Yeah, I think we kind of balls that up. We should have definitely baited out some special attacks before that. But now we have a good interval here, actually, where we can use a special 2. If you use the special 2 during this phase, you pretty much get all of the power back anyway, so it's not really much of a concern. We can actually throw another one because we have 2 staggers that are about to expire. So now if we get the parry, let's go for a special 3. Perfect bonus. And then we can just rinse in straight away. It's going to stagger that final regeneration as well. And I need to get better at doing those double medium combos. 87 hits. And again, that's a fight that had a little bit of regeneration in. Again, these opponents have about 200,000 health. So it's bloody impressive, man. Bloody impressive. Like, the only thing, if Symbiote Supreme even had, like, a little bit of regeneration, we're talking, like, Doctor Strange post-nerf regeneration, just slapped on top, easy god tier character, man. Easy god tier. Okay, let's see if we can play properly with some of the combos. But there is quite a lot to keep track of on Symbiote Supreme. But I don't think he's, like, a super difficult character to play. I think he's just a bit more of a tricky character to play if you want to get absolutely the max out of this dude that you can. Maybe on Kamala you want to look at baiting special 1s. Just because she applies a lot of fury with her special 1. Right, double medium. And then a 5 combo. And I think we'll go for a special 2 bait just before we use the special 3 so we can really, you know, take advantage of that full rinsing into her phase. Because Symbiote Supreme, if it isn't apparently obvious from watching a lot of the footage, all the damage comes from that special 3 phase, man. Like, as soon as you get to the special 3 and start stacking on those bleeds hard and heavy. Let's go for a 7 combo there. Perfect. Nice little specialty there. Let's go for another one. Finish off that fight. Beautiful there. 62 hits against Miss Marvel. That first Medusa fight is still my favorite, man. Absolutely love that one. But there we go. There's a few examples of her kind of versus that, like, what I assume is going to be Act 6... sorry, him versus that, what I assume is going to be Act 6-esque health pool. So for the fights where, you know, you've got those buffs, man, or you can bleed the opponent, they are just going to get absolutely shredded. But now for also a bit of damage comparison, let's go into Realm of Legends and then see if we can do maybe a bit of beating on Star-Lord in Labyrinth as well. I think that'd be quite a fun time. But anyway, let's start off with a bit of Realm of Legends Winter Soldier here. See if we can do the combo maybe a little bit better than some of the previous fights. And if you want to get absolute max damage out of Symbiote Supreme, the team to use appears to be Venom, Classic Spider-Man, Electro, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. This team's just so good for giving him quite a bit more attack and crit. Oh, and that's a really good start to the fight. We got 5, what is it, stagger buffs on the opponent? Right, now the armor phase is up. We can get those 7 combos. And the armor phase is always going to be up after you've finished the special 3. Alright, double medium. Let's go again. Special 3, he's stunned now. So this is where we should be able to get some of the big damage in. Right, special 2 here should be fine. I've got, like, no staggers on the opponent. I think we got quite unlucky with those in that phase, actually. Yeah, probably don't want to use another special 3, man. The staggers are quite important source of gaining power, because they give you more genetic potential. which when you move over into another phase... Okay, let's just go for that. I don't know if we're gonna... It's a bit too risky to try and go straight in. But some of my, best kills for the rank 3 one on Winter Soldier, just because I love playing this dude. I've been around 190 hits, but it doesn't really matter about the hits to a certain extent. It's more about the time it takes. Because obviously if you're doing those 7 combos, you're getting a lot more hits off on this lad. Again, a lot of the big enhanced damage only comes when you've got these buffs up. But Winter Soldier, again, is a fight where there's, like, no buffs, really, to take advantage of. So it does become slower on building to those special frees and getting, like, insane special free combos with the special 2. I think that's one of the biggest advantages of, playing this lad sometimes. Is when you can use a special free, get rid of a few debuffs, Mystic Dispersion kind of fuels it up, and then you can just slam down. Like, you can get many special 2s, man, you are just absolutely laughing. And there's like a, Black Panther Civil War is also an insane matchup for Symbiote Supreme. And I actually might showcase that just very quickly on the first chapter of Road to Labyrinth of Legends. But I don't think there's a stacked Black Panther, stacked enough BPCW to really like go into how crazy this character could be against a very, very stacked version of that one. Right. But yeah, in terms of hits on this Winter Soldier, I've had kind of rank 3 fights that have been around this hits. I think we just were a little bit too... We didn't get like enough stacks of stagger to pump him into one of the additional phases fast enough. But there we go, man. Still like, you know, 500 and a bit thousand down in 191 hits. Still is pretty damn good without any buffs or class advantage to take kind of, you know, additional advantage of there. And next up, I just want to show you what I was talking about, hopefully in the Road to Labyrinth Chapter 1. Again, I really do wish this Black Panther Civil War was like a little bit more stacked, and I don't know if there's one. I need to have a look around the event, maybe. The Symbiote Difficulty. I'm not too sure if I looked in enough detail to see if there was one that was like stacked enough. But Spiked Armor as well is quite a good node for Symbiote Supreme. Not like the craziest node out there, but it's alright to have, just because it's going to fuel his power so much. This character is just all about getting a crazy amount of power fuel. Right, let's go ahead and use this. Might have been a good idea actually to beat onto his block, so we had a bit to nullify via the special free. Just not doing anything, this lad. There we go. Well, as you can see, it's a very easy matchup to dominate. But yeah, we didn't really get an example of good special 2 training on there. You need to make sure, ideally, he has a lot of buffs, man. So beat into his block. So you've got a lot to, siphon. And then get stuck in. Use a special 2. Just keep on spamming them. But don't know what's a good matchup to make it an example of that. There's not really a stacked enough character. I don't think. Maybe Wolverine. I don't know. Maybe we got to try that in Realm of Legends sometime. But if you think of any good fights that you would like to see with this rank 4 Symbiote Supreme, please do let me know in the comments section. Now, before we enter Labyrinth, because Symbiote Supreme's attack is so low, we need to have a bit of a synergy switch up to see if we can increase the enrage timer. So I've gone for double Venom, because Venom has 6% attack with Spider-Man, and also 4% attack and health to Symbiote champions just by himself. So 2 Venoms, the 3-star one only gives a total of 9%, but the 4-star one is a total of 10% additional attack. So the 2 Venoms are providing 19% additional attack to this character. Then in terms of Spider-Man, we've got the synergy with Electro, which is giving an additional 5%. So we've got 24% attack total going into what is it, the Symbiote Supreme there, which I hope is maybe going to be enough, but I am not overly optimistic that it will be. So we're gonna figure this one out, ladies and gentlemen. But I went in very quickly before and noticed that we did not have the increased enrage timer, and that was not the greatest time out there. So we're gonna go for a bit of Star-Lord if we can. Have a bit of fun with this guy, because he's the big old punching bag, and against Red Hulk, you know, we have a lot of class disadvantage going on there. Whereas Star-Lord, I don't know if he gets the Fury if we just hit him, right? Is that all attacks? I think when he's getting hit, I don't think he has any chance for Fury. So yeah, we've got no buffs on Star-Lord here. And it's annoying, man, because this character, again, is very circumstantial for being absolutely insane that the opponent ideally has some sort of buff to nullify. But, you know, there are buffs on the opponent and also nodes. And especially when it comes to, like, epic occult labs this month, I found that generally, you know, when my kind of, like, A-team is in, like, Alliance War, I often bring this dude into occult labs, or have often been bringing. I won't be able to do that anymore, actually. But there are certain fights, man, where he really, really does pull a heavy amount of weight. Depending on if there's something like Resistor, or if, you know, Heimdall or Civil Warrior, or, you know, it's got quite a list of really good matchups going on. Right, let's go for the ultimate there, and see if we can start actually making a bit of a dent in this Star-Lord. That'd be an awfully good time. I don't know if we've got the extended enrage. Let's have a look at that timer. It looks like we don't, man. So yeah, I think Labyrinth-wise, this character might not be it. Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be able to extend the enrage timer until he's like rank 5. Maybe a 6-star, but I feel like even with a 6-star, man, at rank 4, you're still going to need synergies as well. Right, let's go for a special 2 here, steal some of that power. And we took 4% down during that first burst phase there. Right, I'm just going to get into a special 1. Use that. I actually don't know why I got into a special 1 there. The special 3 is going to get him over. Ah, well. It's still going to be fine. Let's throw Star-Lord through that portal there. Right, we got the perfect bonus on this one, and let's see how far we can take this fight, ladies and gentlemen. But again, this is a super stacked Labyrinth enemy, just to keep in mind, where we don't really have any sort of proper matchup advantage. Right, I think that's the soft enrage timer now. Oh man, just a tad too early there on the bonus damage from the ultimate. What was it? We've obliterated just over 300,000 health so far on the Star-Lord, but we'll see, you know, what Symbiote Supreme might be able to do in the duration of the enrage that he has. He is not too far off hard enrage now. I've still got actual hopes that this guy might be able to take down X-23 But I feel like even Void as a 4-star now, because Void is just so insane with that hero reversal, it's probably still going to be the better choice for the majority of people doing 100% Labyrinth stuff. But you know, it's good for somebody to test out, eh? Let's get it out there. Oh, a bit too early there again. Got him down 86%, so I think that's almost about 500,000 damage that we've laid into this man right now. And the Enrage has come in. Yeah, he's gone unstoppable, going to gain to full power. And we are just wrecked, but we got 200 hits in there. It's okay. But now we're just in the bin, boys, about to get executed. But it's been a very fun video today. And I think definitely the first half of the video showcased like how insane this character is when you bring him to the right matchup. But still, it's alright. I think, you know, it's just annoying that some champions don't have the attack, even at rank 4, to kind of extend the enrage timer on Labyrinth and just kind of completely removes them from the equation. So yeah, I'd still love to see that re-evaluated at some point. But, you know, in that, like, I think it's like 3 and a bit minutes, we still managed to get, I think, is that very close to about 500,000 damage done on a Labyrinth boss? So that's alright, man, that ain't too bad. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed the Symbiote Supreme rank 4 rank up and gameplay video. I'm sure in kind of challenges and events to come in Act 6, we are going to have some very, very cool gameplay with this man. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy today's rank up and gameplay video, feel free to smash that like button. That'd be very much appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.